Good morning, children. Back to our class. This is Standard 4, English, Chapter 6, The Millionaire Miser. In the previous classes, we got to know about Sushi, a miser. Miser, a stingy person who doesn't want to spend money even to eat, nor he wants to spend money to eat himself or to feed his family, that is, wife and children, nor his servants. So, in the previous class, we got to know that he wanted to eat a dumpling, that is, sweet rice dumpling, but he doesn't want to spend money because if he wants to eat, his wife also will eat, his children also will eat, and his servant also will eat. So he leaves the idea or he forgets the idea of eating a dumpling. His wife tells him, by the grace of God, we are so wealthy, we have got so much, we can prepare dumplings for the entire town and distribute. But this fellow, he does not listen to her and he does not want to eat. If he wants to eat, he is asking his wife to prepare only one dumpling. Now, Saka, the god of heaven, was watching all this from up. He wanted to teach a lesson to Sushil, so he comes to earth taking the form of Sushil. And what he does, we will see in the further story. When Nirmala heard these words, she cried, Husband, can this be true? Heaven can be praised for your change of heart. That was not her husband, Sushil, it was God, the Saka of heaven, who had come down taking the form of Sushil. And he had decided that he will donate all his wealth and money to the people of his town. When his wife heard this, she was very happy. She was happy that her husband is going to donate something. So she says, when Nirmala heard these words, she cried, Husband, can this be true? Heaven be praised for your change of heart. She helped him open the treasure house. As the people of the town arrived, the pretended Sushil said, Now he sent his servant to declare in the town that he is distributing his wealth and money, so all those who are in need can come and collect. So people started coming one by one to Sushil's house to take whatever he is giving. And his wife Nirmala, she helped him open the treasure house. As the people of the town arrived, the pretended Sushil said, Take what you will. If anyone who looks like me tries to stop you, drive away the road. So Sakha, the god of heaven, who is in the form of Sushil, he tells the people, Come, take whatever you want and go. And outside my house or at the entrance or near the gate, if anybody tries to stop you, they might tell you that I am a false Sushil and the person who's standing out is the right one. Don't listen. Don't trust that person. Don't believe. He's a cheat. He will cheat you by saying that he's the right Sushil. Thanks to Lord Sushil, cried the town people. Thanks to Lord Sushil, cried the townspeople. The most generous man alive. They rushed into the treasure house and loaded themselves with gold, silver, diamonds, and pearls. So all the people from the towns, they all went to Sushil's house because he was donating, he was distributing his wealth, gold, silver, money, everything. So the people were so happy, they started praising Sushil. What did they say? Thanks to Lord Sushil, cried the townspeople, the most generous man alive. They rushed into the treasure house and loaded themselves with gold, silver, diamonds, and pearls. So, whatever was possible, they were getting. They were getting everything. Just then, the real Sushil came home when he saw his treasure being carried out the gate. He screamed, robbers, thieves, put that back, how dare you? So the original Sushil came to his house when he got to know that people are taking away all his belongings. He was very angry. He was very furious. What did he say? The real Sushil came home when he saw his treasure being carried away out the gate. He screamed, robbers, thieves, put that back. How dare you? He was so angry, he was so annoyed that he couldn't control his anger. He started screaming and calling them as thieves and robbers. And keep back the gold and silver and money and whatever they are taking from his house. The townspeople murmured, this must be the one that Lord Sushil warned us. Lord Saka of heaven, who was in the form of Sushil, he was already inside the house and he had already informed the people that anybody who comes in my form outside, he may come and say that he is the real one and he may divert your mind and he may ask you to leave that place and to not take anything. So don't listen to him. So the people had already got an information from Sushil. So they ignored the real original Sushil and they said the townspeople murmured. They started discussing or murmuring to each other. This must be the one that Lord Sushil warned us about. So they chased the real Sushil halfway across the town. So all the people together, they chased away the original Sushil because he was saying that he is the owner of this property, he is the owner of this house, and not to take anything because they are looting his house. So all the people together, they chased him to a far off place. The real Sushil rushed on to the Raja's court. Your Majesty, he declared, the people of the town are taking all I own. So now Sushil had no option. He had to save his wealth. He had to save his wealth, and people were not listening. They were chasing him, hitting him. So finally, he had to go to the king. The real Sushil rushed on to the Raja's court. Raja is the king here. So he went to the king. He went to the king. And what did he say? He said, your Majesty, he declared, The people of the town are taking all I own. So he went to the king and he complained what exactly is happening in his house and how the people of his town are treating him. But your own servant invited them, said the Raja. Did you not give the order? So the king is questioning Sushil. You have sent your servant to go and do the announcement in the town hall. You have sent your servant to go and do the announcement that you are distributing your wealth and money and all. Come and take. Never. If the order was given, I beg you to bring the one who gave it, said Sushi. When he heard this, he was more angry and he started giving explanation. What was that? He said, never. If the order was given, I beg you to bring the one who gave it, said Sushi. He's feeling the pinch now because all his wealth is being distributed and people are taking away without any hesitation. So the Raja sent a messenger. Soon came Saka, still pretending to be Sushil, along with Nirmala and the children. The children stared wide-eyed at the two Sushils, and Nirmala nearly fainted. So the king asked the person who was sitting in Sushil's house, the king asked him to come and meet him because he's going to find out now who is the real Sushil. So the Raja sent a messenger. Soon came Saka, still pretending to be Sushil, along with Nirmala and the children. The children stared wide-eyed at the two Sushils, and Nirmala nearly fainted. When Nirmala saw there were two Sushils, she fell unconscious. She fell giddy and she fell down. She fainted. Imposter! Screamed Sushil. Imposter in the sense a person who tricks others by taking somebody's position or figure and then trying to cheat them. Imposter, screamed Sushil. Deceiver, screamed Sakha. So both had an argument. Deceiver in the sense a person that makes someone believe something that is not true. So both had an argument. One Sushil, the original Sushil, says, I am the original Sushil and he is a culprit. He is a culprit. He is a thief who's taken my place and distributing my things. At the same time, Saka, the god of heaven, he also conveys everybody that he is the original Sushi. I cannot tell the difference between you, said the confused Raja. Even the king was confused. He did not know what solution to give or what solution to do or what judgment he should do because both of them were looking same, similar. He could not find a small difference in them. How will he judge? How will he give his judgment? How is he going to give justice to the original Sushil? I cannot tell the difference between you, said the confused Raja. He turned to Nirmala. Can you say which is the true Sushil? So the king was also confused, seeing both the Sushils. He was not knowing who is the original Sushil. How to find out? So the king asked Nirmala to identify the original Sushil. Nirmala turned to Saka and questioned, is it better to be generous to yourself, to your family, to your servants, or to your neighbors? So, this is the question asked by Nirmala to Sushil to test who was the real, original Sushil. What was the question? The question was, is it better to be generous to yourself, to your family, to your servants, or to your neighbors? This is a question asked by Nirmala to the person who is calling himself as Sushil to find out the real or the original Sushil. It is best to be generous to all, answered Sakha. It is best to be generous to all, answered Sakha. When you have when you are generous, others also grow generous and everyone is wealthier. So these were the words of Sakha, the god of heaven. What did he say? He said, when you are generous, others also grow generous and everyone is wealthier. Then she turned to Sushil and asked the same question. To none, shrieked Sushil. It is a waste of wealth that can never be regained. The original Sushil was always money minded. He did not want to spend money. He did not want it to share. He did not want it to eat or not feed his wife and children. So the minute the question was asked, his answer was very clear. He said, to none, shrieked Sushil. It is a waste of wealth that can never be regained. Nirmala took a deep breath, gathered the children, then drew close to Saka. She said, this is the true Sushil, Your Majesty. Nirmala, she took a deep breath. She gathered the children, then drew close to Sakha, and she said, this is the true Sushil, Your Majesty. At that, the god stepped forward and, without a blinding flash of light, changed back to his own shape. Your Majesty, I am not Sushil but Sakha. I came down from heaven to teach this man a lesson. So, Saka, the god of heaven, he came back into his original form, into his original image, and he told the king that, what did he say? Your Majesty, I am not Sushil but Sakha. I came down from heaven to teach this man a lesson. I have come from heaven to teach Sushil a lesson. Sushil moaned. There is but one hope for you, said Sakha. After he turned to the trembling, he turned to the trembling and downcast Sushil. Do you see? You are so stingy. Even your wife and children refuse to choose you. Saka tried to make the original Sushil understand that he was so stingy, he was so miser. Even at bad time, his wife and children refused to recognize him. They didn't want to favor or support him. He says, do you see? You are so stingy. Even your wife and children refuse to choose you. They don't want to live with you. They don't want to be with you because you are so stingy. Sushil moaned. But there is but one hope for you, said Saka. Will you stop being such a miser? Well, said Sushil, maybe I could be a little more generous. A little more, demanded Saka. Well, maybe a little more, then a little more, said Sushil. You had better be a lot more generous, said Saka, or I'll be back. So there's a good conversation going on between the original Sushil and Saka, the god of heaven. And the god of heaven, Saka, is asking, is making Sushil understand not to be so stingy or miser, to be generous, to be happy in life. How will he be happy? By eating or drinking or doing things which is pleasing, only if he spends money. And is asking him to be generous so that his wife and children live happily with him. And if you don't be generous, I will come back again to give away all your hard earned money. And with another flash of light, he vanished. So after telling all this, after saying this, the god Saka left. He vanished. He disappeared. Well, said the Raja to Sushil, it seems you indeed have been taught a good lesson. I suppose so, Your Majesty, said Sushil. He turns shyly to Nirmala. So the king advises Sushil, he makes him understand that I hope you have learned a lesson. I hope you have learned about what is life, how to be happy with the family, how to be happy with the children. So for that, Sushil says, I suppose so, Your Majesty, said Sushil. He turned shyly to Nirmala. Oh, husband, let's celebrate. I have an idea. So now Nirmala is asking her husband for something. Nirmala is asking something for her husband. She says, oh, husband, let's celebrate. I have an idea. Let us make sweet rice dumplings for the entire town, said Nirmala with joy. Said Nirmala with joy. She said, oh, husband, let's celebrate. I have an idea. Let us make sweet rice dumplings for the entire town. She said Nirmala with joy. Sushil gasped in horror. His legs shook. He groaned and clenched his teeth. His face grew red, then purple. Then he squeaked, right. After teaching him a lesson, after distributing away his wealth or his money, yet there is no change in him. He is the still old Sushil. And when his wife tells him to, she will prepare the rice, sweet dumplings and it distribute in the entire town, he becomes very angry, but he does not show. And in that anger, he only says, yes. That is, what did he say? Sushil gasped in horror. His legs shook. He groaned and drenched with his teeth. His face grew red, then purple. Then he squeaked, all right. Abridged from The Millennials Miser by Aaron Shepard. This is how the god of Saka taught Sushi a lesson how to live a life. Children, the rice sweet dumplings will be in this form. You can see I have drawn this picture to show you. Yes, he is the chef there. He is the chef, and you can see in the plate. Yes, you can see here. This is the chef, and he's preparing the rice sweet dumplings. The dumplings are of different varieties. There are variety of stuffings done in that. Some like spicy, some like sweet. Even in sweet, you can uh, use different kinds of materials or ingredients for different flavor. So it is a sweet dish especially, but some of them they don't like sweet dish. They prefer eating spicy. They put different kinds of stuffing. You can see this is the chef here. Is the chef is preparing the dumplings. Okay, and the shape of the dumpling is like this. I have so in this lesson we have learned that we have to be generous in life. If I earn 100 rupees, I have to spend for my family, for my children, and sometimes even a part of it for a needy person. What are we going to take? We are only collecting. We have become so selfish. We are only collecting, and storing and keeping. And one fine day, when we are no more, everything is left here. We don't take anything. So, this is the value we have learned from the story. The lesson is teaching us children we should lend a helping hand. In the entire world, why in the entire world? In our own country, in our own state, there are many people who do not get one time food. They don't get one time food. If I have two chapati, I can eat one and a half chapati and I can share half chapati to a needy person. That person will be happy with that half chapati because at least one time is getting half chapati to eat. Sushil, though he was so rich, he was so wealthy, he did not want to share anything to anyone. He was so stingy. He did not want to eat himself. He did not want to feed his wife and children and his servants. So God wanted to test him. God wanted to teach him a lesson. He wanted to make him understand that sometimes we need to spend, sometimes we need to lend, sometimes we need to help others. Sharing is caring. When you share, you care. When you share and care for others, others also will come and share and care with you. If you don't give, nobody will come to you. You cannot be a good person, a good hearted person. So, children, this lesson teaches us a real life value. Since last year, we are facing this situation, this pandemic session. There are many people who were on the road. They lost everything, whatever they had, they lost jobs, their families suffered. There were thousands and thousands of people generously coming and donating to save people, to feed them, and they feel happy to donate generously. So, this is the main concept of this lesson. God, Sakha, Sakha, the God of heaven, comes down to teach a lesson to Sushi that we have to be generous. So, this is all about Sushil, the miser. He doesn't want to spend anything, he doesn't want to eat, nor he wants to feed his wife and children. We have learned that to share. To share is to care. When you share and care, many hands will come to share and care.